Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Ken Side getting y'all another segment of Victory Sundays. And on Victory Sunday, I like to talk about football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and even hockey. Because if you know anything about me, I love sports. And this is my opportunity to give y'all the most raw and uncut filter version of me. And if y'all been living up here a rock lately, y'all, Russell Westbrook, I actually got y'all see him LA down for a reason. But Russell Westbrook, the 2016, 2017 MVP, actually retired on Wednesday, y'all. It's a heart touching video, y'all. Y'all can actually go look at it yourselves on YouTube, man. It was directed and narrated by Michael B. Jordan. But yeah, man, Russell Westbrook, he retired after 18 seasons in the NBA. He had a few other opportunities. They said like the Wizards and the Kings was looking at him, but I'm pretty sure, like, man, he don't want to play for them sorry ass teams. But I'm also pretty sure, like, just the fact that he been like, doing playing for multiple teams of recently, I'm pretty sure that weighed a lot on his mental. But yeah, man, some good stats about Russell Westbrook, man. Like I said, 2016, 2017 MVP. Him and LeBron are only two players, if I'm not mistaken, in NBA history that has 25,000 points and 10,000 assists. He was his all-time leader in triple doubles. He is the Mr. Triple Double himself because he was the first person to do it since Oscar Robertson. So when anybody's saying like this person averaged a triple double, nah, Russell Westbrook was the one that brought the triple double to the league, back to the league, y'all. So like, yeah, so like I don't want to do no slander on Russell Westbrook because I am a huge fan of his, but I will say he's in my top 10. He's a hell of a player, but I think he's top 10. And I think like, yo, like the game is defined by Russell Westbrook as far as like his tenacity. Like I heard someone say it before, like a recently, like he's a basketball player that plays like a football player, and that's why we love him so much. Like hell, he reminded me of Allen Iverson of like how he just went to go get it. And I know that's my brother's favorite basketball player. I'm talking about Russell Westbrook. Allen Iverson, my favorite basketball player. But yeah, man, congratulations to Russell Westbrook on a fantastic career, man. Well deserved, man. This dude is a legend, Mr. Triple Double himself, Mr. 202020. Shouts out to Nipsey, and his album just came out, so go look at that shit too. But on to another topic, the WNBA, y'all. Shit, they've been in the news crazy this past week, y'all. First, we had the Dejanay Carrington incident, flagrant 2 foul. I hope I'm saying it correctly. I hope I'm saying her name correctly because I would love for her to watch my video because she is so beautiful. But yeah, like I was saying, Dejanay Carrington was charged with a flagrant 2 foul. Now I hope this don't get any riled up. Now I do agree with the flagrant 2 foul. I hate to say it, like you hit it in the head, like damn, like you kind of pushing it because you know it's gonna be a flagrant foul. It's just like what type of flagrant foul is going to be, and I get what she's saying with the white privilege thing. Like she didn't come at it in a way like she was talking about like the call itself being white privilege, if I'm not mistaken, how it was interpreted. But when I'm thinking she was getting at how she interpreted how she was saying it herself was just like the narrative of like how black athletes are presented and like the narrative about them is necessary the thing is all black I mean white privilege that says in the case like yo like if a black person do something negative or do something out of emotion this is described as negative, but if someone like Caitlin Clark does something like express her emotions, they just say like, "Yo, she's passionate," and so I get the why she said it, but in this case, a scenario, I don't think her saying white privilege in that realm was the correct the correct jargon at the time period. And like I always say, man, before you press send, just know that shit is out to everybody else in the public. So like, just be mindful. Like whatever you send out, just know that like you're going to face the repercussions. So that's all I'm gonna say on that, and that's all I'm gonna do because she's too dang on fine for me to be criticizing her like that. God damn. But also in the WNBA, man, this shit is kind of disgusting when I'm looking at, man. So Ennis Cancer and Royce White, trying to say that they're transgender and saying they want to join the WNBA because technically the WNBA does not clearly define like a woman. Like that sounds kind of weird. the WNBA, Women National Basketball Association, doesn't clearly define a woman. But what they're saying is it doesn't clearly define it because it don't say if they was born, if you're born a woman to play in the WNBA, or if you're just, you just define yourself as a woman. And so they question it as a transgender policy, and they're trying to push the limit. And I think it's kind of silly. I think like we all understand like the WNBA, particularly in America, is meant for born women instead of just women. And so now if they want to go ahead and make some loopholes around it, which they've said they're going to open up more discussion about it in the future. Then go ahead, man. But I don't want to see no Joanna Man's going out there playing basketball, man. I seen the movie. I like the movie, but I don't want to see that shit in person, man. Like I'm just leave it as that because I was gonna say something in the back of my head that I don't want to get myself in trouble for. So on to the last topic. The NBA actually posted their schedule this past week, y'all, and like I just want to talk about the Christmas slate itself because I could talk about the other stuff in another future when the games come up, but I will also say the opening night. They have the Detroit Pistons versus the Boston Celtics. They have the 76ers versus New York Knicks for their ring night, which we already know that was going to pretty much come down the grapevine was Brian, he signed with the 76ers. And we have a spicy matchup. We have the Spurs versus OKC and the nightcap. We know that's the Western Conference Finals rematch. That's going to be a good ass game. I'll probably be asleep, but somebody tell me the stats for that. But man, like I was saying, the Christmas slate, I was disappointed. I liked the first game. We already kind of knew like that was probably coming down the grapevine with the New York Knicks versus the Spurs. I definitely be more in tune to that. This is where I get kind of like I ain't feeling that shit. The Miami Heat play against the Boston Celtics in the 2:30 game. Then the Lakers play against the 76ers in the 5 o'clock game. Now them guys from I think it's 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something like that. Uh, their podcast, they said, man, like you could just tell, like they probably just penciled in they want LeBron just to play in LA, and I'm pretty sure that's what the hell that happened right there because I really prefer Boston versus Philly in for Christmas because I think that'd been a better matchup and it'd been more hype around it because I'm not gonna get hype versus. I mean, I'm gonna get a little hype, but I'm be more to the football game for that particular matchup because I think like Philly versus LA is not gonna be as spicy. It got a little spice, probably Braun versus Bronny, but outside of that, it ain't really no spice. The 8 o'clock game that has some pizzazz to it. Yeah, the Timberwolves versus OKC. I think that's gonna be a pretty good matchup. In the 10:30 game, man, hit the snooze button, man. Golden State versus Denver. I ain't, you know, it's Steph Curry, and he probably, got last few years. So yeah, we get him a few Christmas games. But yeah, man. But the only last game I will be looking forward to, I think they actually play on Martin Luther King Day, is when Jalen Brown returns to Boston when they play on Martin Luther King Day, if I'm not mistaken, on January 21st. But yeah, that's just my ideas on the NBA schedule. But man, I actually got a bonus topic. I normally do 3 topics, but today I got a bonus topic for you because I was talking shit about this guy a few weeks ago, and I'm still gonna talk shit about him. But bonus topic, man, they said Max Crosby and Kirk Cousins actually got into a little scuffle at training camp, and they actually was kicked out of practice and was told to sit out the next practice. Man, this is my honest opinion. I think like like somebody like Max Crosby, who's a star defensive player, they know better. But that just kind of tell you like how much respect they got for Kirk Cousins. I don't think they really rock. I ain't gonna say they don't rock with him, but I don't think they really truly believe like this is their guy at quarterback. Because they truly believe that, trust and believe me, star defensive players will keep their hands off of that quarterback. If anything, they might Paul, they might touch anybody else, but they will not touch the starting quarterback. They know damn well better. And in this case of scenario, I think they just like, man, you just a placeholder, dog. And it's only a matter of time before we got this young bull out here that's gonna take your spot. So we really don't give a damn about you. And so, like me personally, I'm not a huge Cousin fans myself. Y'all can see that myself. But with all that this being said, y'all, this is Kim Sites, and I'm out this bitch.